Greetings, Capricorn. Welcome to Tifa's Tarot, and I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. And welcome to Pisces season, right? So, as we enter into Pisces season, of course, our first new moon is in the sign of Pisces. So at this time, we are looking at or trying to feel our way into this new lunar cycle, okay? So new moons are all about quiet, contemplative, meditative time in our lives, right? It's a time to check in with ourselves. It's a time to kind of quiet the noise of all of the burdens and responsibilities that we have in our material world, and to really focus in on what's happening with us internally. Are we okay with our jobs, our relationships, our friendships, all of these things, right? It's a time for perhaps like setting the intentions for new plans. It could also be a time for revitalizing any goals that we've left to the wayside, right? So think about New Year's resolutions in that way, right? Check in on yourself and see how you're doing with that, okay? So this is a time for really working on ourselves. And this new moon is in the sign of Pisces. So this is a very, collectively, we could be very sensitive emotionally, okay? We could be feeling like we're able to be open with our feelings with our loved ones or people that we are close to at this time. It could also be a time where we could be coming into terms with unbagging some of our trauma in our lives as well. Feel free to dive through that because this is a very supercharged emotional time, okay? So we could be feeling those things collectively. It's also a super romantic time because the Pisces moon energy is all about imagination, sometimes illusions, love, creativity, right? In that sense. So we could all be drawn towards that at this time, okay? So Capricorn, for you, we are going to look at how is this energy going to affect you? And so for this, we are going to use the Moonology. We're going to pull 3 cards from the Moonology Oracle. And then we're going to clarify those cards with the Brotherhood of Light Egyptian Tarot. And then we're going to pull 1 card from the Eternal Crystal Oracle just to give you some advice on a crystal that you can use at this particular time to help settle you through or to get you through whatever energy that you're in during this particular time. Okay, so without further ado, Capricorn, let's go ahead and set the intention for you, okay? So at this time, I want to ask my ancestors, spirit guides, and guardian angels to please help me at this time to give Capricorn messages that are for their highest good for this new moon period of February 2023 and the season of Pisces. Okay, so Capricorn, the first card we're going to pull is going to look at what is rising in you. What is some dominant energy that you are experiencing at this time? We are not ready. Hold on. I don't want to take that. Okay, Capricorn, what is your energy at this time? That flew across the room. Give me a sec. Interesting. Nothing will come of this situation. This is void of course of moon. This is like when this shows up when we are putting energy in things that are not going to benefit us in any way. That is a warning to that. Let me just give you some highlights from that. So this is a time, if you know that you're wasting your time, you could be feeling like the chances are diminishing perhaps at this time. Maybe it's something better that's around the corner. So you've been pouring energy in something that is not for your highest good at this time, okay? It's asking you to maybe like release that, okay? It's talking about a major connection that's being broken, right, at this time. You've got to adjust your expectations, right? And you got to remember that when this comes up, this is just the energy that you're putting out here. It doesn't make it so that nothing can come of this. But it's like, that's the attitude that you're having about this particular situation. You're feeling a little maybe hopeless about it. And you kind of just want to surrender the situation to the divine. And you're just giving it up, kind of in that sense, okay? Because you feel that nothing will come of it. But let's see what the situation that we're talking about. Show me the situation for Capricorn, please. I'll put 3 cards. It definitely has to do with going somewhere, because you've got the Chariot card. I'm sorry, that's not the Chariot. You got the Chariot card, and you also have the 6 of Swords, okay? Both of these cards are movement cards. They're about transitioning or actively moving from one place to another place, okay? In addition to this, something in your life could be dying at this point in time, okay? You could be giving rid of something, or you could be rebirthing or transitioning from one phase of your life to another, okay? And maybe nothing did come out of this particular thing, and yet now you're deciding, because you got 2 action cards and a card of something really closing out. And I don't know, it could have something to do perhaps with your money, perhaps, or something that you've been investing in for a long time, because you've got the Knight of Pentacles, okay? So whatever you've been investing in for a long time, you're deciding that it's no longer worth your energy, and you're ready to kind of move on. You're ready to cut that cord and move on to the next level, okay? So let's go on to take this however you want. Like I said, you could take it as a love or a career or relationship, whatever you're feeling at this time, how this message resonates to you. Think very deeply about all of the arenas in your life. And at the end of the day, we all know why we come to hear tarot. We're hearing for these messages to resonate with us in some way. Don't make it fit, but if it does fit in some element of your life, please apply it, okay? Let's look into what is the lesson of this new moon. What does this new moon want to show Capricorn? So Capricorn, at this time, this new moon wants to say it's time to take action. So this is a new moon that's in Aries, which is a cardinal sign. So this is asking you really at this time, let's see. It could be signifying that even though you think nothing is coming of the situation, and you're very much into closing a chapter, and you've been working on that, and I don't know if you just like don't feel like something is going to happen, but this is actually saying that this new moon is saying, don't you even think about giving up, okay? You need to really just try to do your best in the situation and just like be happy with the results. If you're getting like 30% of what you want, don't get disappointed and feel like it's not working. You just got to keep going. You got to be happy with the results that you're getting, okay? Perhaps it is asking you to like kind of come into yourself to make a plan of action, okay? This can also signify a new man coming into your life, okay, in whatever capacity. Because Aries is, I would say, like a quite masculine sign, okay? So it's like talking about a new start, and in this new start that you are taking, or what this new moon is showing you, is that you kind of are on the right track, okay? It's a really positive sign, right? And it's like, if you really want something to happen in your life, then you've got to try to make that happen. And that kind of starts with not just like what you think, but also how you behave and how you act, okay? But it's not enough to just want something. You've got to make active plans towards it. So let's see, what are you actively planning? Because you've got a lot of action in your current energy as well. Okay. I kind of feel like you are turning the corner on some things. Wow. Okay. So this new moon is also showing you that it's okay for you. I don't want to say like to that the rules don't apply to you, but it's saying that like how you got to take action, and the way that you're gonna take it, you're not gonna. It's a little bit sneaky, a little bit deceptive. It's a little bit coming up on cheating to kind of get ahead in a way, okay? And it could ultimately be causing you a little bit of anxiety because of that. Like you might not be feeling that great about having to do the things that you're doing. But ultimately it doesn't matter, because that's like you figured out a new way of going to or doing what you need to do. These are all thought, like the new moon is asking you to think very carefully about how you can get ahead of this situation. If you know, Capricorn, what has been dominating your energy at this time, or you feeling hopeless about, and how you know you're trying to transition on doing something that has some type of longevity, because you know that you've transitioned from coming out of one state or one energy into another. You're taking plans at this time, right? The new moon is showing you to take that action, to act on a new idea, even if it causes a little bit of stress or anxiety. You got to do what it takes to kind of get ahead. That's the mentality that this new moon is telling you to do, okay? Or is asking of you. So what's an outcome, okay? It's asking you to be ultra assertive at this time, okay? What is an outcome for Capricorn? Show me an outcome for Capricorn. Oh. All right, so don't let pride get in your way. Full moon in Leo. So your outcome could be, if you are like doing what it takes to get ahead in some capacity, and whether that's in a relationship or whether that's in a job or career, if you are doing what it takes to get ahead, and make sure that you don't get too cocky with it, that you're just not too confident with it, okay? I think that if you remain humble and you understand your goal or objective, because when it did ask you to make that plan, go within that plan. Try not to deviate too much from whatever plan. Hold on, let's see. Okay, you got the Page of Wands, asking the Hierophant, the High Priestess, and I think this has something to do with your money, because you got the Queen of Pentacles. This has something perhaps to do with your livelihood or with your home in some way, okay? It says, don't let pride get in the way. It's asking you, your outcome is going to have you like using your intuition at this time. And remember, you are in Pisces, so utilize this energy of this supercharged emotional Piscean energy to understand where to go next, okay? This is the Page of Wands, okay? So this is asking you to send messages towards the things that you want to do, okay? But when you do that, make sure that you humble yourself, because at the end of the day, we're talking about your livelihood here. This is the Queen of Pentacles. This is your home. This is your house. This is you being in balance with everything at home, okay? So you don't want to, you want to walk a thin line with messing with your money, okay, so to speak. Okay, so Capricorn, what I got for you is whatever you've been putting energy into, you are no longer doing that. You're deciding to kind of flip the script. You're closing one chapter, entering to another one. And you have the work ethic that it takes. You're going to make a plan. This new moon is showing that you've got to make a plan to something. Even if you feel like it's a little unscrupulous, okay? You've got to do it anyway. You know, as long as you're not like, you know, really harming and deceiving people in any greater degree. Ultimately, even if it's very stressful for you, it's going to lead to a new idea of how to do things. But when that does become successful, or that does become make sure you're not stepping on other people. Make sure that you don't let pride kind of get in your way, okay? So it's okay to send messages towards the things that you want to do. It's okay to act towards those things, but you need to think about them intuitively if they're right or they're wrong for you. And you also need to think about like what's going to work best for your home or your family, okay? Your stability, your livelihood. I very much think this has something to do with how you're making money, how you're acquiring, or how your home is operating in some way. Don't think this has anything to do with a relationship. I'm not really seeing that at all. I'm seeing a lot more mentality, mind, or material. Let's get some advice. Okay. So to help keep you grounded, okay, we are going to go ahead and look at the SERAPHINITE, okay? So this looks at this SERAPHINITE helps you to exercise honesty in your life, okay? It activates your heart and your third eye chakra, okay? So let me just read you a little bit about what this is. Okay. This particular gem is great. Okay, first for your heart chakra. So your heart chakra is governed by the color green. So it is asking you to take time to identify the changes that you need to make in your life so that you feel fulfilled and happy. Focus on healing yourself today by being completely honest with yourself. What do you need to do to feel completely happy and healthy? Once you have been honest with yourself and you have identified what it is that you do and don't want in your life, you can then make the changes. During this process of change, listen to your heart and stay true to yourself. Be wary of accepting other people's agendas or other people's advice at this time. Be sure to surround yourself around people you can trust, because some people come from a place of ego or self-service. Too many people's viewpoints can cloud your judgment. Be true to you. You can also ask your angels and spirit guides for help. They will send you the answers. Pay attention to any signs or messages they send you. Trust in what you see, sense, and feel. SERAPHINITE is a beautiful healing crystal which aids in angelic communication. It is also associated with your heart and your third eye chakra. Okay? So this is a crystal that can help you, or a stone that can help you during this particular time. Looks like it's very, very relevant to this because I couldn't get a definite meaning for like what this was surrounding around, but it seems like it's very much internal. And this was asking you to quiet any advice from the outside, okay? So make sure you listen very kindly to your intuition and make sure that you take action on that, okay? Capricorn. So if you resonated with this message, please comment, like, and subscribe for further content. And if this really resonated with you, please feel free to book me for a personal reading. You can find more information about setting up an appointment through Calendly on my About section of this channel. Thank you so much, Capricorn, and have a great and prosperous new moon. Love you guys.